So I thought I'd make a little video about pregnancy testing cows. There are many ways to pregnancy test a cow, but maybe some of you will remember several weeks ago I posted a video about artificially inseminating a cow named Fairy. So Fairy hadn't come back into heat, so I assumed that she was probably pregnant. So last week I took a milk sample from her. I get little tubes that have like a preservative tablet in them, and we just squirt some of her milk into the tube and then send that off to the lab for pregnancy testing. And then I got her pregnancy test results today, and she is pregnant. She, as well as another one that I had artificially inseminated just a few days before I did her. So that's my favorite way to test the cows that are in milk, is just by using a milk sample. It's easy, it's low stress, it's quick. You just send it in, and for a few dollars you can get an answer whether they're pregnant or not. You can also have blood pregnancy test done, which means you just have to draw blood, and we do this for the heifers mostly, because my heifers obviously don't have milk yet. So we draw blood, and I'll be doing a video on drawing blood pretty soon. So we draw blood and put that into a blood tube and send it off to the lab as well. And both are very accurate, like more than 99% accurate for both milk and blood pregnancy test. You can also have a vet come out and do ultrasound. None of my vets do ultrasound, so I don't have that option. It's also probably a lot more expensive. And I guess another option would be palpating, having a vet come out and palpating the cow, which is basically putting your arm into her rectally and feeling around for a calf, similar like you would do when you're artificially inseminating, except you would be poking around feeling for the calf, not breeding her. I'm not good at palpating. I never officially learned to do it, so I don't really trust my ability to do it. I can usually feel if there's a calf or not, but I like to have certainty, so I prefer milk or blood pregnancy test for deciding or for figuring out whether a cow's pregnant or not. Palpating is handy if you want to see how big the calf is, but even that's hard to tell sometimes depending on what stage she is, what stage of pregnancy she is. So that sums up, I guess, ways to do different pregnancy tests. Some people do urine pregnancy tests, but those are notoriously inaccurate for cows. So I do not recommend those. A lot of times there's a lot of false positives and things, and honestly, I don't want to deal with that. If I get the results I want to know, I can trust it almost 100%. So we use blood or milk pregnancy tests. So there's also the IDEXX home pregnancy test, which is a blood pregnancy test that you can do at on the farm. I have used them a few times. There's different brands, but I guess the IDEXX is the most common one, which is really handy if you need to figure out if a cow's pregnant like right now or not, because it gives you the results in like 20 minutes. I like them. I mean, they're probably not as cheap as sending it in if you're doing a bunch at a time. The only drawback I find with them is sometimes it's hard to read the result. It's kind of easy to mess it up if you don't have the exact right amount of blood or the right amount of the solution that you put in with it. It can like kind of mess up the tests, and the results are kind of like unsure. And even if it's positive, the pregnancy line or the test line can sometimes be really light, to where you're not entirely sure if it's a positive. I've had that, and then I would like send the other half of the same blood to the lab for cross-referencing, and it came out pregnant. So I'm just like, if I'm gonna doubt the answer, I may as well just send them off to the lab and forget about the home pregnancy test. But they do have their place, and they are handy in some cases, and I occasionally do use them, especially with beef cows if I need an answer like immediately. So I just thought I'd add that on there.